Do you keep on moving from one relationship to the next and they become like little small grains of sand that just slip through your fingers and you just can't keep them together? And when you actually evaluate, you realize there's only one common factor here. Yep, it's you. Trust me, I've been there. I have sabotaged so many relationships until I realized that this is not serving me. I have to realize what the root cause is and how to quickly change that behavior. So whether you are single or taken, watch this video so that you can also make changes and have a healthy relationship going forward. This video will definitely benefit you. For those who've been following me, welcome back to my channel. And for the newbies, my name is Tish. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a mom and enthusiast of working with people. I love to see people transform their lives and ultimately to live the best version of themselves. So if you like this type of video and content, do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, because what it does is that it helps me to get this content to so many other people. You know, those people who actually follow me, they know that I try to create content that will inspire, empower, and uplift you so that you can make the best decisions moving forward. Without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video. So where does self-sabotage actually come from? And why do we constantly do it? It usually comes from our past experiences, but it is derived from a common factor of fear. I'm going to give you 3 common fear factors that we use to sabotage our relationships and the number one thing you can do to overcome it. The first one is the fear of being hurt or let down in your current relationship, because your past experience has actually left you scarred. You may have lost a partner, been cheated on, or even abused. Whatever the reason, now it has left you with your guard up and you completely protect your heart because you're afraid of getting back into that situation you were in before. But what your partner starts feeling like is that you're not invested in the relationship, you are not putting in your all, because you keep on thinking about the past and what actually happened to you. It's like they're beating their head up against a brick wall, and no matter how hard they try, nothing ever gives. And in your mind, you're just thinking, this relationship is too good to be true. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, only because you are still scarred from what happened to you in the past. That is definitely not a good way to live, and definitely self-sabotages it going forward. The second one is the fear of not feeling good enough for your relationship. This is undoubtedly the most dangerous type of fear to bring into a relationship because it always causes sabotage. What it actually demonstrates is that you have taken all the outside noise and everybody's self-limiting belief about you. You've taken it through your filters, and now you believe that this is true, and you start living as though this is the real you, when it's actually not. Let's unpack this a little bit here. Say you were in an emotionally abusive relationship, right? And your partner used to talk down to you, tell you that you are not worthy of love, you are not deserving or good enough. Or maybe they used to do it a little bit more subtly, whereby they used to highlight your mistake, they used to show you up, and maybe also a little bit passive aggressive towards you, which made you feeling like you were not worthy to be in such a relationship. And now you're carrying it to your new one, and that's why the relationship never ever lasts. And as a result, you start showing an unauthentic version of yourself, whereby you start changing to try and suit what you think your partner actually wants versus showing who you really are, because you are so afraid that they're not going to like the real you. So what happens is that your self-esteem goes low, you are apologetic about everything in the relationship, and you constantly need reassurance that you're doing just great. This is so exhausting. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody like that. And ultimately, the relationship will fail. The third one is the fear of what people are going to say or even think about your relationship. This is typical in the cases whereby there's fundamental differences between you and your partner, like a big age gap, or dating somebody from a different race, different religion, or even somebody who has the same sex as you. And now what starts to happen is that in the relationship, you are so hot and bothered by what everybody else is saying that your partner starts to feel like you are ashamed of them. This is definitely self-sabotage and goes nowhere very fast. If any of this rings true to you, then it's time to stop and to recalibrate. You don't have to live like this, whereby you take your fear from one relationship to the next and keep on self-sabotaging. You definitely deserve happiness. And as promised, here's the number one thing that you need to do to make sure that you change your past behavior. And that is by replacing the old one with the new one. And this is how you do it. It's time to journal again. I want you to write down your fear-based destructive behavior that you have that keeps on jeopardizing every single relationship that you have. Because it's so important that you see it crystal clear in black and white. And thereafter, next to it, I want you to write down the behavior that you're going to use to replace the old one. So those are your improvement points that you're going to do every time you want to default into something that doesn't serve you. Let's go into some proper practical examples here that can definitely help you. So if you're that person who's got their guard up because you're so afraid of being hurt again, write down things that are going to let your partner into your world and just to let them know you a little bit more intimately. For example, tell them a story that they don't know about you, but jot it down first and make a point of it that in that particular week, you're going to share more of yourself. Or maybe your partner has been complaining that you're not so affectionate with them. Give them a hug for 5 seconds longer so that they can feel that you're actually trying and making an effort. Example number 2. If you've got the fear of not feeling good enough, you're obviously lacking some confidence, right? It's important to change the narrative that's in your head. So write down everything that is positive that you bring into the relationship. And every morning, stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself these things. Because the more you actually say them out loud, the more you realize how true they are, and you reprogram your life and start changing what you actually think and believe about yourself. The third example is for those who are concerned about other people's opinion for their relationship. On one side, write down all of the benefits that you actually get from your current relationship. And next to it, write down all of the benefits that you've actually received by taking other people's opinion and applying it to your current relationship. And you'll quickly see that this is a no-brainer. You don't have to live by what other people think of you because it does not serve your relationship. They've got their own lives to live, so live your own and be happy in it. So if you're in a relationship right now and things are not quite working out because you're already on autopilot, on self-sabotage mode, guess what? It's not too late. This is all in your hands. You have the opportunity here to recalibrate and change things around. It just takes practice on a daily basis. No 2 days are ever going to be the same. The difference is that you are actually applying yourself and making the effort to change your relationship. You've lost already so much in your life, in your past. You've had multiple relationships before, and this is the one that you can actually make work. So replace the old, destructive, limiting behavior and put in something that's new, that's going to serve you, and watch your relationship flourish. You deserve to be happy. If you're not in a romantic relationship at the moment, that is okay. Apply these principles everywhere else because fear is fear. You can use this in your other relationships with your friends, with your family members, with your colleagues to release some of these blockages that you have and see yourself thrive when you get into a relationship again. As I shared with you before, I too have self-sabotaged some relationships because I came out of a divorce and I was literally gripped by the fear of not feeling good enough and also the fear of being hurt again. But one thing I knew for sure is this: Tish, you deserve to be happy, and so do you. I hope this video has really helped you to stop the past behaviors, to change them and replace them with something completely new so that you can have a new and fresh start of actually getting into a successful relationship going forward. If this video has helped you, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up and also subscribe and share it with somebody who can definitely benefit from it. I have amazing content that will empower you on a weekly basis. Until then, have a fantastic week ahead.